What's up guys, we're back out here. We're working on the Evo block, and if I look any different, it's because I just got a bunch of brake cleaner in this eye, and every car guy can relate to that because it hurts like hell. And I didn't record too much this morning pulling the block apart because just trying to get motivated and get it done. And I mean, it always sucks going backwards, but we did get this thing tore down, we got everything cleaned, and we are ready to go back together. Fingers crossed we took out enough material that we're not going to be hitting now. But I'm going to show you guys what we did and where we're ground. That way you can see what we did. So taking a look, here's our block, and you can see we grinded there, and it was hitting on this side, but it wasn't hitting on this side. Even though it wasn't hitting on this side, I went ahead and just clearanced it a little bit on the back side there. I don't know how well this is picking this up, so I just gave it some angle, so that way if it does ever come close, it's not going to touch. Here I just made a nice smooth relief in the cylinder there at the bottom of it, so hopefully that's going to be enough. Just got this thing all cleaned, and that's where I got brake cleaner in my eye, so that's why. So wear safety glasses, guys, especially when you're trying to spray stuff out like this and it goes into weird crevices and it'll splash back on you. And man, I can tell you, if you haven't got it in your eye, don't get it in your eye, because brake cleaner is like a burning sensation, and so even once you clean it, it feels like you have a burn spot on your eye. Definitely sucks. So I'm gonna get this thing thrown back together. You guys saw that in the other video, so I'm just gonna jump right ahead, and once I get this thing together, I'll do a walk around and show you guys. I'm not gonna record the exact same thing as I did before. So let me get this thing thrown together, and I'll catch you guys up, and hopefully I'm still in a good mood and I don't gotta pull this thing back apart. So let's see. Well, I got good news, guys. Still in a good mood, and we got the Evo short block all together. As you can see here, everything is back together, and it is spinning over like it should. We're not hitting anymore, so we are ready to continue to the next step. We're gonna get the head studs put in this thing, and then we're gonna get the cylinder head on it, and I would like to get the oil pump and maybe some of this timing stuff on tonight, but we need to pull the old motor apart and get that off, and I gotta get the bolt out of the crank pulley there. So that, I don't know if we're gonna get to that today, but I would like to get the head studs in here and get the head on and try to get as far as we can on this. So let's get to it.
Paradise has to feel like this. Paradise, yeah. I never felt nothing like this. Full of love, pleasure, and excitement. You got me feeling for sure. A rooftop and a nice lit. I could never sacrifice this. You're the only one I adore. Yeah. Listen, cause through all the ups and downs, if you're around, I just smile, knowing it'll be alright. Yeah. You bring my soul to life. I couldn't imagine life without you. Hey. Paradise has to feel like this.
Sir, step away from the car.
Sorry, man.
No, get out of here.
You come through and you pick apart my car all the time. Like,
you ain't finding nothing.
not that hail down on the roof.
Get out of here.
Or the waves from the sunroof that they both come with from the factory.
Should we go look at this roof?
My roof's pretty bad.
Oh, look at this perfection right there.
You want me to put the spots out?
You want me pointing spots out?
You can. I don't care. I know they're there. I accept it now. I fixed most of the rock chips.
Want to look at the other rock chips?
Nope.
Just over. Well,
the one that gotta get repainted. Yeah, no, it's. You can definitely tell in a darker car. Like, it dips. It waves. Yours does it too. I'll wave to other Subies.
There's like one right there.
Yep. Yours has it. That's what I was just noticing. Is that it has that little ripple right there.
You know what, guy?
Got this little one right here.
What about over here? What's that? What is that? You guys see that? It doesn't even pick it up.
Oh yeah.
But I see that back there.
Like I said, you got a nice fucking hail dent on your roof.
What is that?
All right, thanks, guy.
What is that?
I'm not good at paint chip repair.
Oh man.
I'll take the fall.
I'll take the fall.
I'll take the fall on that.
You old girl.
That's took a big L on that. It's about to cost a lot because I'm gonna get it repainted.
Well guys, we got the head on. It's all torqued to spec. Gotta call Manley Performance in the morning to figure out their torque spec for these head studs. It has Manley Performance Ultimate Duty H11 studs in it. I went ahead and torqued it to 90 foot-pounds. I think it's gonna end up being 100 foot-pounds, but we can get to it with the camshafts in on the Evo. Makes it really nice because you can see head studs are right there and cam goes in here, so you can get to them. Get out of here. Stop picking it apart.
No, still good.
Okay. Next up, we're trying to get the crank pulley bolt out of the other motor, so that way we can start getting this assembled here. So,
Who had their hand here?
you know what? It needs a bath.
Do you see that? You see that splotch?
No.
Like is that from someone put their hand there or what? Look at that splotch.
That's probably for me,
Oh God, you dirty boy.
I think. I don't really know.
Like I would, but
I'll grab a towel. Alright guys, so continuing on from last night. It is going to echo in the garage because I have the door closed. It's pretty ugly outside, it's raining, so we're going to be working inside the garage today. But we did get the old motor pulled apart quite a bit last night. I forgot if I showed that or not, but we got a lot of this tore apart. Obviously we bought a brand new oil pump because we're not going to reuse that one. And this one looks like it has the adapter plate for the water pump. If you take a look there, so that's an adapter plate. You use a 4G63 Evo water pump, and that's a brand new alternator on it. But we got most of the stuff all tore apart. We got it all laid out, so we can start getting that stuff set up onto our new engine. Moving over to here, I did get a brand new OEM Mitsubishi oil pump for the car, and we got an OEM balance shaft elite kit for it, so we're gonna have to pull this thing apart, do the balance shaft elite into here, and I want to pull it apart anyways. As you can see, we'll go to this side. Now we pull this apart and we prime the oil pump, so that way it picks up oil pressure quicker than it normally would if you wouldn't prime it. So we did do that. We also got the Outlander water pump for this, so that way we don't need the adapter plate. It literally just bolts right on. This is a Gates water pump. That's the part number if you were ever needing one. And I know some people might give us some flack for using the Gates water pump, but I've had good luck. I've never had a problem with them. And if we do, well, we'll end up changing it. So I went ahead to pick up another one of these. I used to have one. This thing's really nice for timing. You stick it between the two cam gears and it locks them. So that is a nice piece. If you're also looking at the part number, that will be the part number right there. This thing, we'll focus on it, maybe. There. So let's get this oil pump tore apart, get it all primed, and then we can get it onto our engine that is now into a long block. So want to just focus on getting this thing fully dressed up today. Maybe we'll even get that transmission off of the old engine and get the clutch and everything onto this thing to get it ready to drop in. We'll see. But first, let's get the oil pump tore apart. For those of you wondering what's inside of an oil pump, let's take a look. So we have this flipped over. You can see that obviously this is back where we were, and this is the piece that's inside of here that sits like that, and then you have your oil pump gear right here. And obviously on the front of this there's a gear that spins with your timing belt, and that's what generates oil pressure for the engine, is these gears creating suction with the fluid that's in there. So on an Evo, they have what's called a balance shaft that runs through right here on this front gear. Now when that happens, you can see here, this is the front part of one. This is actually an OEM part from Mitsubishi, as you saw in the package. And pretty much it just takes a balance shaft and it cuts it off. Now we're gonna install this into the back of this little gear here, like so. Then once it's back in the engine, it goes back in like so. And it just sits back there. Now when you do this, I'm weird about it because I just don't want that bolt to back out. So we have our bolt here for it, and I'll go in there. Go ahead throw on some red Loctite just to be safe that doesn't come out. And then once we get that knocked out, we'll go ahead, we're gonna fill this up with that assembly lube that I showed you guys before. And what that does is it's gonna create suction on here faster than if you were to just try to prime the engine and have nothing in here. It's gonna take longer to create that suction and get the oil in there, and that means longer to get oil on your brand new bearings. So, similar thing with Subarus, but this is a key thing you wanna do is to always pre-lube your oil pump on a brand new engine. Now, pulling this back out of here, because I gotta flip this over for you. We take a look on this front part of the cover. We had a seal in here before. I went ahead and put the OEM block off plate for the other balance shaft that rides up here. And then coming over to here, this is where that front of that balance shaft is. So you just see the bolt sticking out there. This is an OEM piece for this as well. If you look on here, it's actually threaded. I don't know what's gonna pick it up, but this literally just screws in right there. So we're gonna clean that up. This is off the other engine, so I wanna make sure to clean that up. We'll screw that into there and we will assemble this thing all together. So let's get that cleaned up and put back together. Jumping a bit ahead here, we did get our cams and our head all back assembled. I did find a torque spec from Manley Performance for the head bolts or head studs and went ahead and redid that process. So those are torqued correctly now. And we got our lifters all bleeded out, so there's no pressure on those. We got our rockers back on, cams are lubed, everything's torqued down, everything's good to go. I just put the front timing cover on to align up our top dead center just to be sure. As you can see, there's our top dead center right there. I put another mark just to be certain, but we are ready to get this thing all timed now. I did go ahead and go get a new timing belt for this thing. I just don't like reusing timing belts. So this is a T167. This is a 2003 Mitsubishi Evolution timing belt. So hopefully this is the same one that they had on here. There is a lot of debates on which timing belt to use. This does have cam gears that have been adjusted. Pretty certain this is the belt that was on it. We measured it out, can't have the teeth, so should be the same one. So I'm gonna go ahead, get this thing timed now. There we got it, guys. We got this thing all timed. You can see our blue mark is lined up there. Our cam gears are lined up there. And it may not focus, but that one's lined up to there. So, got this thing all timed. Now, we gotta get the transmission off that engine. So I'm gonna have to figure that out so that way I can get the oil pan and assembly off of there so we can get that cleaned out. And we need to get the oil filter assembly housing clean too. So let me go knock those out. We'll get those on. Then, guys, we're pretty much ready to get this thing on the ground. Get the new clutch put on. That's right, we got a new clutch. Get the transmission put on. Then it's ready to go in the car. So let's get those parts cleaned. Try to get those on here. I know this video is probably already getting to be pretty long as it is, since the battery on the camera is almost dead and it was fully charged. So I'm gonna knock these out. Catch you guys up when we get done.
Hey, living life up in the fast lane. And I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down. Living life up in the fast lane.